Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A driver was able to escape injury Friday night after his car burst into flames on McNeil Canyon Road. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife is seeking public input on the Washington ground squirrel and Townsend ground squirrel. Get ready for a wet week ahead. Your local weather forecast is coming up. The man arrested last week for an East Wenatchee murder has had his employment with Chelan County terminated. The firing was effective last Friday. According to paperwork, 34-year-old Travis Collins was employed by the County Public Works Department as a truck driver and laborer with the Leavenworth Road Crew. Collins is being held on a $2 million bond in the Chelan County Regional Justice Center. He faces charges of murder, assault, and robbery for the February 1st shooting death of 35-year-old Julio Cesar Garcia Ramirez. According to court records, Collins had arranged to purchase cocaine from Garcia Ramirez in the 1700 block of Rock Island Road. Garcia Ramirez was later found dead of a gunshot wound alongside his running pickup. Collins was arrested last Monday by the East Cascade SWAT team at his home off Highway 2 outside Leavenworth. A driver was able to escape injury Friday night after his car burst into flames on McNeil Canyon Road. The fire just before 7 p.m. near the intersection with Spring Canyon Road in Douglas County forced the full closure of that road. Douglas County Fire District 5 in Manson reported that when crews arrived, the vehicle was fully engulfed, but firefighters were able to stop the fire from spreading to nearby vegetation. The unidentified driver told firefighters the vehicle had been experiencing mechanical problems. Firefighters from Chalan and Orondo also responded. State Representative Jacqueline Macumber has announced she'll seek the 5th Congressional District seat being vacated by U.S. Representative Cathy McMorris Rogers. Macumber has represented the 7th District in the state legislature since 2017. That district encompasses much of Douglas and Grant counties. In announcing her candidacy, Macumber said she has the, quote, heart of a servant and the spirit of a warrior, unquote. She said she's committed to protecting constitutional rights and preserving the Snake River dams. The 5th Congressional District covers much of eastern Washington, west into Grant County, east to the Idaho border, and south to Walla Walla and the Tri-Cities. McMorris Rogers announced February 8th she would not be seeking re-election. For the 34th year, Winter Special Olympics returns to Wenatchee Friday through Sunday. Activities start Friday with the Polar Plunge Fundraiser at Walla Walla Point Park. Following that will be the opening ceremonies at the Town Toyota Center. For only the second time since 1990, cross-country skiing and snowshoeing outside Leavenworth have been canceled due to a lack of snow. Local organizer Carol Andre told Wake Up Wenatchee Valley's Dan Kuntz that volunteers to help out are still very much needed.
There's so many opportunities helping at opening ceremonies. During the opening ceremony, we literally staged 1,500 athletes and their coaches and chaperones in the corridor for the parade of athletes, just like the Olympic Games. And it takes a whole lot of people to help do that. It's organized chaos, but it's a ton, but it's so much fun. It's super easy. Just go to SpecialOlympicsWashington.org, click on volunteers and Winter Games, and it'll have a drop down of all 3 days and all the opportunities there are. There's so many different things. If you just want to volunteer to score-keep-it basketball for 4 hours here, you can do it. If you want to do all 3 days, you can do it. If you want to ski, I mean, there's something for everyone.
When we come back, a crab feed fundraiser earlier this month raised more than $30,000 for the expansion and remodeling of the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activities Center. The Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center will soon be full of artwork crafted by North Central Washington students. And the Washington State University Chelan Douglas Master Gardener Program will be hosting 4 seminars at the KPQ Home Expo March 8th through the 10th at Town Toyota Center. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
The day after I met her, I called and asked her to go on a date with me, and we came to Abby's Pizza for our first date.
Eating it across from each other, I'll never forget it. This place is special.
It's barbecue chicken pizza season at Abby's Legendary Pizza, baby. Featuring our flavorful pizza sauce and a 3-cheese blend, layered with BBQ sauce, chicken, and onions. Order your hot and fresh feast now at abbys.com. A legendary pizza tradition.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
A crab feed fundraiser earlier this month raised more than $30,000 for the expansion and remodeling of the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. The center is trying to raise $400,000 in matching funds for the $4 million project. The Booty for the Build crab feed on February 10th was attended by more than 150 people who were treated to a tropical-themed dinner, live music, and auctions. Many guests and staff dressed as pirates to add to the tropical atmosphere. The expansion project includes 6,500 feet of floor space added to the rear of the building where the thrift shop will move. The goal is to start the work in spring of 2025 for completion by the end of the year. The Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife is seeking public input on the Washington ground squirrel and Townsend ground squirrel species. The organization is seeking this information as part of a process of developing a formal status report on the species. A formal status report will allow the organization to gauge if the population is low or in need of protection. Fish and Wildlife is seeking public input regarding each species' habitat, threats, trends, and demographics and conservation measures. Public comment can be submitted through either email or mail to the department. The Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center will soon be full of artwork crafted by North Central Washington students. The 45th Annual Regional High School Art Show opens this Friday with the 20th Annual Beauty of Bronze. The High School Art Show will show a variety of art mediums, including drawing, painting, and photography, and the Beauty of Bronze showcases children's sculpture work. Visitors will vote on their favorites for the People's Choice Awards, which will be presented at the end of the exhibit. Artwork will also be judged by local artists and move on to the annual Superintendent's High School Art Show held in Olympia. Both the Regional High School Art Show and Beauty of Bronze will run from Friday, March 1st to Saturday, April 6th. Coming up next, Waste Loop, the Leavenworth nonprofit that's focused on reducing the amount of waste going into landfills, is offering a chance for residents to fix their household items rather than throwing them away. We'll have more on that coming up in tonight's feature story. Snow on the mountain passes this week with rain likely throughout our area. I'll have all the details coming up in your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
How do you think like an entrepreneur?
I have had it in mind starting my own business. This is all really good to know right now. I'm currently making a vision board. I am talking about my well-being, my personal finances, and habits that I would like to work on and to improve myself to be a better entrepreneur.
It's cold outside and time to make sure your loved ones are safe and secure at home during the cold months ahead. Aging and Adult Care has low-cost, in-home care options for seniors, adults with disabilities, and for caregivers assisting relatives or friends. Services like housekeeping, personal care, and home-delivered meals can make such a difference for you or someone you know. These services and more are available by calling Aging and Adult Care's offices at 1-800-572-4459.
The Washington State University Chelan Douglas Master Gardener Program will be hosting 4 seminars at the KPQ Home Expo March 8th through the 10th at the Town Toyota Center. The gardening seminars will all take place in the Crunch Pack Room and will cover topics such as botany, soil, pesticides, pruning, plant diagnosis, weed identification, and more. The Master Gardener Foundation of Chelan Douglas Counties will also have representatives present to sell gardening books and tools. All proceeds will benefit local Master Gardener projects. Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Waste Loop, the Leavenworth nonprofit that's focused on reducing the amount of waste going into landfills, is offering a chance for residents to fix their household items rather than throwing them away. The organization's latest Repair Cafe happens Thursday, February 29th at the Wenatchee River Institute in Leavenworth, helping locals fix their torn jeans, busted appliances, and other goods. In tonight's feature story, Outreach Manager Amanda Close says Waste Loop's plans more such opportunities next month, including a repair clinic in Wenatchee.
So my name is Amanda Close. I'm the Education and Outreach Manager at Waste Loop, which is a nonprofit based in Leavenworth, and our mission is transforming our local waste streams into sustainable resources. We started just as a group of community members gathering 2018, 2019. Our first biggest community initiative was figuring out a solution to glass recycling, because around this time, Waste Management, which is our regional hauler, stopped accepting glass from their curbside service. And so Waste Loop in some ways grew out of that community concern. And now we collect glass for all residents of the Wenatchee Valley and haul it over to Seattle. Just in the last couple of years, I think our services have expanded, and that's also coincided with growing awareness of our services and our mission. And we've been recruiting more volunteers recently in the last year or so, and just trying to reach more people. Waste Loop at large, we kind of try and look at waste with a holistic lens. So although our first initiative was focused on recycling, we really want to challenge people to look a little bit more upstream. And so both with waste prevention and reuse, instead of just the de facto, I'm going to recycle this. And so repair really falls within that upstream end of the waste spectrum. And the first Repair Cafe, as like kind of a coined term, actually happens, I think, in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam. And so we are tapping into this global movement with these repair events that are open to communities around the country, around the globe. And within our community, we first did a Repair Cafe focus on outdoor gear way back in 2019, I believe. It was also here at the Red Barn. And it was a big success. And then the pandemic happened, in-person events, died off. And we did kind of a variation of that on a smaller scale since I've been on the team. So like 2021, 2022. And then through funding through the Department of Ecology, we've just in the last 6 months been able to dedicate more time and energy into expanding the concept of these repair events, reaching out to more community members, recruiting more fixers, and really excited about it. Everyone can bring anything to get fixed with a disclaimer that everything is not actually everything. And so it has to be something you can carry. So like no tractors rolling up to WRI It has to be obviously not dangerous, not leaking any fluids or fumes or things like that, since we are in an enclosed space with other folks. But yeah, we're hoping that will attract just a wide range of common household items, and have been recruiting fixers with a wide range of experience. So everything from sewing, mending, to electronic appliance repair, kind of tinkering, diagnosing. We're even going to have a knife sharpener in attendance. And so really, it's kind of a bit of an experiment. Like, I'm really curious to see all the items that come in, and we'll get a better sense of what's out there in our specific community, but looking forward to accepting pretty much everything. We have one more on the calendar, and that will be down in Wenatchee. That's March 13th. It's a Wednesday night at the Pinnacles Prep Charter School. And then we're hoping that starting in April, we'll be able to utilize our new space, Eastside Rebuild in Kashmir, to host monthly clinics. So I'm thinking at the moment they'll be the first Wednesday of each month. And then we'll also host pop-up clinics, probably seasonally, a couple a year up here in Leavenworth, a couple down in Wenatchee, just to broaden our accessibility for folks that can't travel to Kashmir.
Time now for a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Monday, and hope you had a nice weekend too. 51 degrees our high on Saturday. We got all the way up to 56 for a high temperature yesterday. But boy, with all that wind yesterday afternoon, it just didn't make for a very nice day. We had a little bit of everything today too. Some clouds, even some light snow and rain showers around parts of our area. And then at times we saw the sun. So it was one of those kind of late winter days here in North Central Washington, but beautiful shot looking down at our valley from our Omi Garden Sky-Fi Tower camera outside our weather window. And what we've got coming in the mountains, boy, if you are traveling west over the next 3 or 4 days, you're going to run into some winter travel, especially high impact day for Stevens Pass, and that's coming up this Wednesday. So if you plan on traveling to the west side, might want to change days if you have the chance. Also a moderate chance that we'll see some good snow tonight at Stevens, and also at Snoqualmie as well. Some rain mixed with snow Wednesday, and then more snow on Thursday. So Mother Nature not done with us yet as far as snowfall in the mountains, but boy, we need it. We're about 62% of our snowpack right now in our Cascades and the mountains around Washington. So bring on that snow. 43 our unofficial high temperature today, and that was 3 degrees below where we should be at 46. 60 our record high, and I'll tell you, 1968, what a stretch of weather. This is the 4th day in a row that 1968 has had our record high. 32 this morning, 29 is where we should be, and 5 degrees is our record cold. That was set in 1993. Sunrise 6:47, and the sun sets at 5:41. All right, let's take a look now at what we can expect as we get you into Tuesday. Temperatures aren't going to be a lot different tomorrow. We'll see a mix of clouds and sun. 44 in Moses Lake and Ephrata, 43 degrees for you folks in Quincy, 42 Wenatchee and Entiat, also Chelan and up into Omak, just barely over 40 at 41. Leavenworth tomorrow right at 40 degrees. So we'll continue to see increasing clouds as we make our way through Tuesday, and we'll show you that right when we get to our surface loop, because not much happening tonight. We do expect just partly cloudy skies. Might see still just a little breeze right here in the Wenatchee Valley tonight. It will get chilly though with the clearer skies. We're talking lows tonight in the mid-20s, and that's going to feel a little bit cold. For Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies. We'll see a steady increase in clouds throughout the day. Wet in western Washington. Remember, snow in the Cascades. And then by tomorrow night, that will be our best chance for maybe a rain-snow mix. High temperatures tomorrow, generally in the low 40s. For Wednesday, here's that storm system, and it's not going to move all week, folks. We're seeing cloudy skies for Wednesday, a little breezy as well, and look at the area of precipitation around our state. 60% chance of rain, but notice the airflow from the south. We're going to get up in the low 50s for highs on Wednesday. Wednesday. For Thursday, more rain showers in our forecast. Cloudy skies, a 60% chance of the wet stuff. We will cool down somewhat on Thursday, back down into those mid-40s. So into the 50s Wednesday, back in the 40s on Thursday. And then for our March 1st on Friday, going to come in kind of like a lion. We're going to see cloudy skies, a 40% chance of rain throughout the state. And once again, it's from this area of low pressure that just won't go anywhere. And by the end of our weekend on Sunday, there's that low pressure again. It is getting a little smaller and weakening, but it's still going to bring plenty of clouds and about a 50% chance of rain and snow on Sunday, with high temperatures pretty consistent into those low 40s. All right, your 7-day forecast now. And once again, as I mentioned, it is a wet one. 25 overnight tonight, a 30% chance of late evening showers tomorrow, mostly cloudy and 52. And then a nice warm up for Wednesday, but a 60% chance of rain and 51. And we're going to see that good chance for rain, anywhere from a 40 to 50% chance of rain Thursday through Saturday. We'll see a slow cool down too. 46 on Thursday, cooling to 42 on Saturday. And then back to the sunshine on Sunday. We'll see mostly sunny skies, a little bit warmer too, with high temperatures then at 44 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Shoot, I think I left my keys in the kitchen. Can you grab them?
Yep.
Find out?
What's this?
It's a locking bag. It keeps Grandma's medication safe.
But I could just take it.
Well, for one thing, it locks. And if it were gone, I know there's a problem.
Huh. Well played.
Help prevent opioid misuse before it starts. Visit getthefactsrx.com.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
The Minnesota Wild took a 5-1 lead into the second period, and they kind of cruised from there. They beat the Seattle Kraken on Saturday night. The final was 5-2. Not good for the Kraken because Minnesota is one of the teams that we are chasing. We're now 3 games behind the Wild in the race for that second wild card spot out of the division. They will take on the Boston Bruins tonight at Climate Pledge Arena. They'll drop the puck at 7 o'clock. You can watch that on Root Sports Northwest. Women's college basketball over the weekend. It went something like this. Washington knocks off Oregon 74-66 on Friday night. Number 9 Oregon State, no problems with the Lady Cougars, 65-52. Saturday, Gonzaga makes it 22 consecutive victories. Down in Malibu, they crushed Pepperdine 75-41. And then on Sunday, big upset. Lady Huskies beat number 9 Oregon State. Beat them good, 61-59. Washington State got by Oregon 71-61. Can't forget about the men. On Saturday, Gonzaga beat Santa Clara 94-81. Arizona just mauled the Washington Huskies 91-75. And the Cougars upset down in Arizona State. They beat them. Arizona State beat the Cougars. Their stay in first place in the Pac-12 lasted about 2.5 days. And finally, Cactus League Baseball. Mariners are back out of the course. They lost in walk-off fashion to the White Sox on Saturday, and then the Guardians took care of the Mariners without any problems at all on Sunday. They have a split squad game today against the Cincinnati Reds. Logo Sports. On Friday night, the Calgary Hitmen scored the first 2 goals of the game. Then they didn't score after that. Wild come all the way back, and they win in overtime. The final was 3-2.
Again, Kenta Isogai over now to Graham Sword. Again to Isogai. Top left circle. Down to the dot. Fed it high. Sword a blast. Kick save. Rebound. They score. Arp cashing in. And the Wenatchee Wild power play flexing its muscles. And the Wild 1 for 2 with a man advantage. Here comes Hayden Moore to center ice. Now up ahead, Seitz now splitting the defense. Jodry to the net, shot, scores! First career Western Hockey League goal for the pride of Airdrie, Chalan Jodry. Now to Sword. Wenatchee's got all their stars on the ice right now. Sword up the ice, hesitates into the Calgary zone, gives it to Kenta Isogai. Left circle shot, Bonaventura save, rebound, Sword scores! A bouncing puck goes right to Graham Sword, and the Wenatchee Wild have come all the way back to beat the Calgary Hitmen.
That was Friday. On Saturday, the Wild won their 30th game of the year. Another 3-2 victory, this one over Red Deer.
Puck back to the left point, now to the right point, now to Graham Sword. Holds it, shoots, tipped toward the net, now they score! Tipped in front off the point shot from Graham Sword, and just like that, Chalan Jodry, who scored his first WHL goal last night in Calgary, the Airdrie kids got goals in back-to-back. Wenatchee leads 1-0. Wild win the draw. Left side, Isogai to the left hash marks. Stops, back to Sword at the left point. Back to Isogai, left wing side. Holds it, toe drag, shoots, save, rebound out front. Cooper knocks it in, scores! That one will count as Cooper puts home the rebound, and the Wild score on the power play to retake the lead. Brings it into Wenatchee's end. Pass to the slot, looking for Bernie, but cut off nicely by Wu. Isogai into Red Deer territory, through the slot, splits the D, shoots, scores! Gorgeous goal by Kenta Isogai. And the Wenatchee Wild, just like that, lead 3-1. Wild able to clear, 8 seconds left. Lindgren at center. Mayo gets across the Wenatchee line, dumps it in, 5 seconds left. It's at the far hash marks, and the Rebels aren't going to get another shot on net. This game comes to an end, and the Wenatchee Wild have back-to-back victories here in Alberta.
And the Wild closed out their Alberta road trip in Edmonton yesterday. The Oil Kings putting the puck in the back of the net twice in the final 2 minutes and 30 seconds to put away the Wild. The final was 5-2. Wenatchee returns to home ice Wednesday night against the Regina Pats. They'll drop the puck at 6 o'clock. All right. How did all the local teams do in the state tournament? Pretty darn good, especially the ladies. Ellensburg makes it 73 consecutive victories. They move on to the quarterfinals of the 2A tournament. They easily dispatched Columbia River. In the 1A tournament, Cashmere knocked off Cedar Park Christian. Cashmere will take on Toppenish Wednesday at 9 o'clock at the Sundome in Yakima. In the 2B girls games, Brewster knocked off Warden, so the Bears move on to the quarterfinals as well in Spokane. Tenasket crushed Friday Harbor 77-13, so Tenasket girls will take on Napavine Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Okanagan's season comes to an end. ADNA eliminated them 56-44. Still, girls basketball. Congratulations to Waterville Mansfield. They moved on to the quarterfinals. They beat Oakesdale at the Wenatchee High School gym on Saturday, 56-33. Garfield Palouse defeated Pateris, 52-36. And Cross Point beat Elmira Cooley Heartline. ACH will take on Garfield Palouse Wednesday at 7:15. And for the boys, Lake Roosevelt has lost just one game this year. They kept that streak alive. They beat Tri-Cities Prep. They move on to the quarterfinals. Also in 2B action, Tenasket defeated Coupeville 65-50. Tenasket will take on Toutle Lake Wednesday at 3:45. In the 1B bracket, Moses Lake Christian defeated Cusick 64-54. They move on to the quarterfinals. Soap Lake season comes to an end. Summit beat them 78-71. And those are just some of the games that people are playing.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
What once was old now is new to the NCWLIFE channel. Tune in for Bonanza, Superman, The Andy Griffith Show, The Beverly Hillbillies, The Invisible Man, The Lone Ranger, and The Lucy Show. Check your program guide for classic programming on NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
think of that?
Pretty big. I like it.
Watch for new episodes of the Northwest Outdoorsman on the NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.